All right. I've been writing about this. I've been doing lives about this. I figured that I should hop on and do a little YouTube video about this because it is sidereal Taurus season. The sun is in the stars of Taurus, and this is one of my favorite archetypes, one of the ones that I find cause to wax philosophic about in readings all of the time. And I think that it's just like a really rich place for transformation, okay? And so much deeper than surface level, right? Because when we're dealing with this with Taurus and with the associated sort of second house, right? We're dealing with physical belongings, things, possessions, wealth, money, that sort of like material stuff, okay? Yes, totally true, but there's so much more going on below the surface of that, okay? And I've stress tested this in so many client charts, okay? And follow any like manifestation guru, and if you've like been around this sort of sphere for a long time, it's probably not a new concept to you, this idea that um money isn't necessarily just money. There is oftentimes like a lot going on beneath the surface, okay? Where do I start on this talk? Okay, Taurus. Love it as an archetype. I associate it the most with Earth than any of the other signs. And I associate it with this idea of the Garden of Eden. We are in a place where food grows from the ground and water falls from the sky, and every single day the sun gets up to warm our faces, right? Like, if we actually like how many traditions and cultures has Earth been known as the mother, the provider, the lover? If we take care of her, she will take care of us back, right? And the resource story happening within Taurus is so much more than just what we have, okay? I want to take a moment to talk about the cow, right? Seen as sacred in some cultures, the cow is a creature of absolutely wild abundance, right? Imagine being a primitive human and encountering cows and realizing like, oh, like we can have a relationship here, and if I tend for you, you will tend for me. What can a cow bring us? Huh? If need be, meat, milk, can carry our burdens, can haul a plow, right? Can help with agriculture, can clear giant spaces of grass, which in our modern day and age, living in cities and stuff like that, might not seem like that's sort of that big of a deal. And I will tell you, as a person who lived like off grid rural, I basically lived in a field, and I had a little baby and a young son. And let me tell you, the ability to clear a large area of tall grass means an ability to see a far area where predators can't hide. Okay? Because I lived in a space with lots of coyotes. Some of them tried to like drag my dog off one day. You think they wouldn't have done that with a baby? They definitely would have, you know? So the ability to have like giant space where you can see and not be obscured by grass is also massive. If you're like just a human doing absolutely everything for yourself and you encounter cows, like that's the that's the mother load right there. Okay? Feed you, help you, carry your burdens, make your space safe. That's huge, right? So that's just sort of as a, thematic point. Now let's talk about the lower level, okay? When we're dealing with Taurus, let's look to the opposition, right? The opposition of Taurus in second house is going to be the eighth house. Eighth house, we're dealing with shared resources. We're dealing with other people's money, that sort of thing. And, lots of relational stuff as well, right? We're getting into Scorpio zone. But so in foil to that opposition, Taurus in the second house is where we really need to learn how to stand on our own 2 feet. Okay? It's where we need to learn how to take care of ourselves and to create those resources ourselves. And it's not just the resource of money and things, it's that like real level of self-worth inside. Okay? It's that love inside. It's totally natural. It's a human thing to want to like see yourself reflected in other people, have them love you, have them appreciate you, and to get that love from outside sources, right? It's natural that we want this. And especially people with like lots of Taurus and lots of second house stuff going on, it's an inside game. The journey is finding that love that you're looking for from other people inside ourselves so we can genuinely just like the resources within. Okay, and finding that resource within and having experiences where you have to take care of yourself so that you learn that you are capable of doing this, right? That's the thing. We can say that like the end of the journey is like, oh wow, the Garden of Eden, we have everything we need, it's all inside of ourselves, I love myself, and that's beautiful, and it's totally true. And the journey to get there is not usually sunshine and rainbows, right? When people have heavy Taurus energy, heavy second house energy, there's usually experiences that they have that sort of force them to get to this point, right? Whether it is putting a lot of stock into outside validation or going through periods of time where they believe they're always going to be broke or you know, it's cliche, but like the jewels are in the journey. And it is our challenges um that show us what it is that we're truly capable of, right? So I always talk to people, clients about this sort of second house Taurus journey. Um, that really is the name of the game, is getting to the point where you do feel inner resourced, right? Where you know that no matter what happens, you got yourself, you love yourself. And yes, it would be beautiful and wonderful to get that love from outside places, and you don't actually need it, right? Taurus also more on a surface level. Well, I don't know about surface level, right? Because survival is pretty important, but on a more practical level, right? It can deal with survival stuff, right? Learning that you do actually have what it takes to take care of yourself, that you got and really learning how to stand on your own 2 feet in all ways and have that self-worth and know that you're worth it, know that you're deserving of love, being able to show yourself that love from the inside, right? And so that's my take on it in the natal chart. And in when the sun is in the skies of Taurus, the stars, I should say, of Taurus. I just think that it's a really good time to try and tap into that feeling of like, oh hey, we are here in the Garden of Eden. And we are here with a body, and sometimes that can be tough, but it can also be really, really beautiful, right? Take some time to pay attention to like how it feels when the sun hits your face, or how it feels when your feet are on the ground, and just enjoy the sensations of being alive. And remember that, we're all here together, we're all trying our best, and it can be fun and beautiful. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for listening to my musings about Taurus, and I hope that you have an awesome day.